Hey everyone, Mike from Just Watch back with another Just Watch episode. Everyone, thank you for stopping by and checking us out, and apologies to my regular viewers for the long delay in getting content out. Over the last few months I've been crazy busy with moving and life and all kinds of stuff going on, so the dust has settled somewhat now, so hopefully we'll be able to get back into a somewhat regular rotation of getting content out to you guys. Also, over the last few months, to those of you that have sent me an email or a note asking if everything is okay, deeply appreciate it. You guys have really liked the notes and the words of encouragement, and thank you for that. Everything is fine. Just needed to get some things taken care of, and we're on the right track now. So let's talk about some watches, all right? First off, I'm going to talk about the Hamilton Khaki Field 38. I'm going to give you guys a longer term, just a real short, longer term review on this watch. If you guys follow my Instagram account, which is @JustWatch, you know that I've had this watch on my wrist a ton over the last few months. Lots of featured photos on my account, and I've been really enjoying it. So let's talk about the likes and the dislikes on this watch first. So the likes, still keeping excellent time. It is still keeping time accurate within 2 seconds a day. It has an over 70-hour real-time power reserve. It has a great fit and finish. I really love the way the watch fits, feels. The diameter is just spot on my 170mm wrist. It's not too big, not too small. Sits nice and flat. And I know some people have commented about the lug length, about the wingspan on the watch. My wrist, 170mm, not an issue at all. I think it's a really just a perfect sized watch. I wish a lot more companies would take note of this size and kind of emulate that as well. Also really like just the overall finish on the watch. It is holding up really well, even with lots of wear. The matte finish, the brushed finish, if you want to call it that, has held up extremely well. It doesn't show marks, it doesn't show scratches, it doesn't show dings. Really enjoy that. It only has the polished bezel and a little bit of polish on the crown. The crown looks great. There are a few small minor marks on the crown, my fault from whacking into stuff like door frames or what have you. No issues there. Also, the sapphire crystal still looks great. It's holding up very well. Heard a few reports on this watch too that it has issues with water resistance. That has not been my experience at all, and I've taken it into the pool swimming just once. It wasn't actually, I kind of jumped in without taking it off first. Wasn't really thinking about that one, but no issues there at all either. I know that there were some things going around about the watch having issues with water resistance, but it has not been my experience at all. And I've done some good workouts, gotten sweaty, got into the pool, you know, had it hit by water when washing dishes or cooking or whatever, and no problems there at all. So as far as just to kind of give you some quick bullet points on the watch, fit, finish, size, accuracy, timekeeping, power reserve, everything about the watch is to like. Those are all super strong things. And then finally, price point, under $500. I don't think you can beat this watch for that price. The only downside on the watch, the only thing I really don't like is it doesn't have AR coating on the crystal. This is something that I might do as a mod down the road, but honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much. The only time it really gives me any issue is when I'm taking photographs of it for Instagram. I got to be like moving my wrist just right to kind of cut down on the reflection or the glare of it. I really have no issues reading the time. Just a real nice, simple, legible face, very easy to read. And like I said, very accurate watch. So nothing but 2 thumbs up for this watch, especially the price. If you want to add kind of a field watch or that explorer style watch to your collection, I would definitely highly recommend one of these watches. I really don't think you are going to go wrong. The second thing we're going to talk about is the Super Oyster bracelet. A few months back, I'm scrolling through my Instagram account. I follow Strapcode. I noticed that they have a post that they realized that the bracelet they make for the Seiko SARB017 fits perfectly on the Hamilton Khaki Field 38. So I am a sucker for oyster style bracelets, and I figured I have to give this a try, especially, I mean, it's like 150 bucks or something. Really can't go wrong there. So I ordered it in and mounted it right up, and I just wanted to give you guys kind of what I think about the bracelet in whole. First off, the positive. The fit and the finish on the bracelet are very good. The brushed finish is excellent. The polished finish is excellent. It comes with nice screw pin adjustment. So everything about that is quality. I really like the underneath of the bracelet too. It has nice chamfering so it breathes well. All the edges are nicely rounded off so there's no uncomfortable edges digging into you or anything like that. So it wears very well. It wears, you know, as good as any other quality stainless steel oyster style bracelet. Like I said, nice finish and everything else. The end links are very nice. They look a lot like what Rolex is doing these days as far as that goes. They do not match perfectly, though, to the Hamilton Field Khaki. If you look at them real close, you can see that there are a few very minor areas where they're not matched perfectly. If you have a real strong attention to detail and that kind of thing bothers you, probably you want to stay away from it. If that kind of thing doesn't bother you, however, you'll probably be fine. To me, I'm a little OCD, but it's not off by enough to really bother me. And the finish between the two pieces is actually pretty good too. The brushed finish on the lugs as compared to the brushed finish on the solid end links. So let's talk about what we don't like about it. First thing I don't like is it doesn't have enough taper. So the bracelet tapers like 2 millimeters maybe from 20 down to 18, and then you have a 20 millimeter wide clasp, and it's also a very long clasp as well. So I don't like the overall aesthetic of the bracelet when you're doing a wrist roll or what have you. It looks fine from straight on, but as soon as you roll it around, you see that it's almost like square. To me, that just kind of ruins the aesthetic. If the bracelet tapered from 20 to down to like 15 or 16 millimeters and had that nice small clasp, kind of like what, you know, a Rolex Datejust has, I think this thing would really be money. And honestly, I would be willing to pay $50 or $75 more for that little bit of extra work. Second thing I don't like about the bracelet is the over-engineering on the clasp. So you have a clamshell clasp that also has twin trigger deployment. To me, it doesn't need both, especially for, you know, a bracelet like this where you're not wearing it like an extreme dive watch or doing anything like that. It's kind of like a field watch or kind of, you know, just an everyday casual watch. To me, I think it would be fine with just the locking oyster clasp, you know, the clamshell clasp going over the lower part of the bracelet and call it a day there. Three things I don't like about the clasp: the lack of taper, the over-engineered bracelet, and then just the size of the clasp itself. If you can live with those things, you'll probably be fine. To me, it's kind of makes me kind of want to go back to a NATO strap, to tell you the truth. It's fine, like I said, when you're looking at it straight on, but as soon as I roll my wrist, I'm like, it's just a little bit too much clasp for the size of the watch, for the case and everything like that. So anyways, that is it for this episode. If you guys like our content, please do hit those buttons over on each side. Like, subscribe, you guys know what to do, and also you watch more of our episodes if it suits you. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Definitely appreciate having you along. Good to be back, and we'll see you soon.